Sheesh, coach, calm down. Spicy. So, you got an issue, man, with the head coach calling out future Hall of Famer by any metric, Julio Jones?
Hell yeah, I got an issue with this. Mike Vrabel know I love that dude. We came out the same year, did all the combine work and all-star work. That's my dog, but damn, already? Julio Jones? Oh, it's a little early in the season, let's say week 1, to go that high up the food chain in terms of trying to get some discipline in order. And coaches always do this, and coaches are usually smarter than this. They find the highest ranking player, but not so high that you can potentially lose your team. And they find the highest ranking player, not the highest, and try to reprimand that guy to send a message. But you usually don't go all the way up to the top of the food chain where Derrick Henry is, and then right under him is Julio Jones. I'm sorry, Ryan Tannehill. This should have happened to Ryan Tannehill, not Julio Jones, because reputation precedes Julio Jones. In case of emergency, you break glass and there's a Julio Jones. There's not a situation where right now you're breaking that glass. This is not an emergency. You got rolled in week 1. Like Aaron Rodgers said, just one game. Relax, coach. But you know what's funny about this? Now, let's talk deep. And I don't want to take you off your take, but this is something that a lot of executives and people in power always fear about having former players in position of power. You know why? When you get a former player in a position of power, as they say, you got to dust them off a little bit. They got a lot of locker room on them, right? So Mike Vrabel is just a former player who's like, yo, we keep it real. When we played in the locker room, we keep it real. Julio Jones, meet someone who used to play the game just like you. And that's that BS he's saying. But coaches usually clean it up. The non-former players, they kind of clean it up. And I don't know, I'm a little torn on this one because the former player in me loves the fact that he was authentic. But damn, it's too soon to be going that high up and grabbing Julio.
So I don't have an issue with it because I don't think most coaches do this to make an example. Remember Bruce Arians, head coach for the Bucs last year. Tom Brady made some mistakes, calling out Tom Brady, in my mind, unnecessarily. And I think he was doing that inauthentically. I think he was trying to make a calculated example. If I shoot at Brady, y'all know I can shoot at you. I think Vrabel's just keeping it 100. Vrabel's a former defensive player under Bill Belichick, former team captain under Bill Belichick, and team captains don't have any sort of favoritism. Team captains just call spades, especially within their team. That's the mindset I think Vrabel has. He don't care that Julio Jones might be a future Hall of Famer. He cares that they traded a lot for Julio Jones, and Julio Jones only had, 29 or so passing reception yards that game?
Yep, 3 catches, 29.
3 catches for 29. So he's looking around like, you can get it too. Because what was you? You ain't show up. I believe the other thing is he got smacked, bro. He got smacked. You know how coaches is. Like, he took a loss this bad once last year against the Green Bay Packers. He's not used to getting embarrassed like this. And so he's going to the presser, probably a little bit heated, and he's just talking because he's hot. Realistically, I don't even think it was a penalty. Like, that kind of stuff happens on every play. I'm surprised they even called it. Also, that didn't cost y'all the game. Like, look at the play. Yeah, you mad at this? Like, Vrabel, did you even see it? Like, I mean, sure, call it if you want to. Maybe swung at the helmet, blase, blah, but they both, Johnson, they both out there wrestling. Now, he didn't even hit him in there. I don't know. It's just me. I think Vrabel is just being who Vrabel is. I have no issue with it.
Yeah, but who Vrabel is doesn't mean that's who Vrabel needs to always display. Let's be real about it. And they did get mollywopped last year, 40-14. He's been there before. So don't act like you ain't took a L before and a capital L on top of that. I love how you talked out of both sides of your mouth just right there. You're a broadcaster and a former player. You don't know who you want to be right now. All them Emmys got you confused, homeboy. There is no place in this world where you look at someone based on their status and your summation is, oh, you can get it too. Nah, B, because you and I up here get away with some stuff that somebody else who comes as a guest or someone else who comes up here is not going to get away with, Acho. I don't know anybody else who gets water during breaks, and they ain't getting their own water. I don't know anybody else who gets these mixed bags of nuts you always eating and chewing on during the reads and messing them up. But nobody checks Acho because Acho can't get it too. You know what I'm saying, Acho? Respect that. Now, Vrabel knows that Julio Jones is a future Hall of Famer. You know what that means? Even in bad games, they respond. Get a dude a game and respond. New system. Bad offseason. They had all kind of issues out there in Tennessee. 3 for 29. I get last year Julio didn't look amazing as well. Problem is, if you want people to put respect on his name, it starts with you, Coach, by putting respect on his name.
But be real, man. And
I'm being
it's
real.
Gonna sound jaded
Week
or
one?
whatever. If you're Mike Vrabel, you're looking at Julio like, who are you? You got any Super Bowls? Because Vrabel do. You looking at Julio Jones?
And Julio looking at you, who are you? They carried you. Vrabel, were they going to win those Super Bowls without you? Mm-hmm. Who better, Julio or Mike Vrabel?
You got Super Bowls, Coach.
I don't want to hear that's for all y'all. That ain't you. No, you talking to me, homeboy.
If you Mike Vrabel, you looking at Julio Jones like, bro, you was hurt last year. I still went out on a limb for you, although he played in the majority of games. Remember, he played injured. I went out on a limb. He was the head coach. Three catches, 29 yards. I get what you did in Atlanta.
Oh, you on this.
What you done here? Who are you? If you recruit somebody over from another network, that's cool. You had a dope show.
And the first show, you going to try to undress him just because I ain't like how you did the B block?
I'm just saying, who are you, big dog? What have you done for me?
First of all, Vrabel better not ever get his lips to say that to Julio Jones. He can say that to me. He better not say that, and he barely said it to me because he got the Super Bowls. Damn it, I was better than you, Vrabel. I'm not just kidding. Vrabel's a beast. Here's the thing. Let me give it to you in story form.
Please.
Belichick, Parcells. Obviously, you know that they had their little issues, but they kind of learned the same thing. A lot of that was osmosis. Let's be real about it. I was with Bill Parcells 2004. Eddie George, I think he had a 10-year streak of starts at the running back position, like some NFL record, right? All of a sudden, Bill Parcells was looking at Eddie George. For whatever reason, he didn't feel Eddie George. He didn't like Eddie George. He didn't like his style. He didn't like how he played. He didn't like something about Eddie George. Do you know that we went into a game, and Bill Parcells' first play from scrimmage was a pass, but not just a pass where we're going to have an empty set. Like, we don't need to run it back. Broke this man's streak, third down, put him in the game, just like, And the way Tuna used to sit there was like, petty, petty, petty. I don't know if this is that level of petty, but this is that level of why, dog. You don't have to play the game that way. I understand everyone has to be accountable, but it's a way that you go about enforcing accountability. Starting at Julio Jones, week 1, what you gonna do after that? It's only Derrick Henry left to even go.
The problem is, in our minds, yes, but in Vrabel's mind, Vrabel's looking at it like this. I done been to the playoffs 2 years in a row with these horses I got. Yeah, Derrick Henry, Ryan Tannehill. I done been to the playoffs with my dog A.J. Brown at a wide receiver. We just lost our dude Corey to the Jets. Yep. So I know I got some dogs, and we've won a lot of games with these dogs. I'm not going to bring you in, who's Julio Jones, and now we take the second worst loss we've taken in the last 18 games, and now baby you. Because it's almost like, Sel, I could do it without you. Let's flip the analogy on its head. If a co-host now comes in working with you and you already had ample success, I can't come in, forget to do a read, do something. You're going to be looking at me like, who are you? Because I did it without you.
The first show, you know the first show I would do? I would say, what you doing after the show? Come here, man. We walk into the dressing room and say, you know, like after we come back from commercial, that stuff in the prompter, read that. You know what I'm saying? Hey, my dog, glad to have you here, homie. Week 1, I don't have a problem. Go check Julio. 3 catches, 1 game. 2 catches, that's game. 4 Julio, what's up, dog? Now I got to undress you in front of everybody because you acting like everybody else. You're supposed to be special. But week 1, that damn fast? Woo! He better. Only reason I give you some credit in that take is the fact that he's trying to build a culture. And it's a winning culture. And he's continuously trying to reinforce that. You're right. And Julio doesn't come from that winning culture to the same degree as of late. I hear some of that, but not all of that.